Hi Virgo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 17th to the 23rd, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me, and I want to remind you as always, this is a general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. But as well, don't forget to stick with me till the very end of the reading to get an answer to your yes or no question, alright? The overall message I received for you for this week, for this reading, I could function, bear with me. A new chapter begins. A new chapter begins. And the song of the week for you on Shuffle, chosen, Wild One. Sorry, wrong. That was for Sagittarius. I'm hearing that was purposeful. Open Heart featuring Lissie by Morgan Page. Okay, Open Heart. Such a good song. I'll leave that down below in the description box for you to utilize. And let's aim on down and pull some cards. All right, let's begin by pulling a message from the Halloween Oracle deck. For my lovely calm Virgos for this upcoming week, the 17th to the 23rd of January for Virgo. Here we're taking two for you, I guess. We have Scrying Intuition. You need to trust your intuition this week as you're pushed to sort of understand the future in a lot of ways, where you feel like you know more than other people as to what's about to transpire, or whether or not something's going to work out for you. It's about understanding that you know best for oneself, okay? There is as well, somebody's putting you on edge though. It's really annoying. But we have Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. Understanding that what's been put to rest recently, or what has been feeling a bit difficult in one way, shape, or form, a bit stressful, or just like a tug of war with the universe or other people, it's as if it's helping you create through it, right? Interesting wording, but it just feels like you are blossoming because of the difficulties. You're blossoming because of certain endings recently, certain adjustments and changes that may not have felt quite ideal in the process, but you are seeing them all as purposeful, at least throughout this specific week. And you're seeing yourself coming up with a lot of new creations, or just making the best out of what's at hand. And it might even shock you in a lot of ways. Let's pull the main part of the reading. We're going to go for 5 cards from the Mystic Mondays. Wow, I struggled there. Your mind will go blank at certain points this week, and it's okay. Because I feel like you're gaining a lot of knowledge, or learning a lot this week. And especially when it comes to your intuition or your spiritual connection, certain downloads, even your dreams. So when you go to another world, or you blank out in the middle of a thought, or just saying something, don't give yourself a hard time. Those who are listening, if that's the case, they will understand. They'll get it. Yeah, I feel like somebody's putting you on edge. This isn't your energy I'm picking up on. Or it is, but it's not. It doesn't feel like your usual sort of calm Virgo way of being. Wow, we need to adjust this. You're going to feel that way at certain points this week, where everything just stops and you're like, this needs to be fixed. This needs to be adjusted. I have a creative solution for this. And it's going to make you happy. All right, with the King of Pentacles, this is what you're being pushed to embody. Male or female, you're being pushed to see yourself as the King of Pentacles, to dress yourself up at some point. Even if you're not going out, put on your favorite makeup, or just your favorite suit, your favorite dress, or just, I don't know, just allow yourself to feel content, to feel royal, to feel fancy. It feels like for some of you, it's been a while since you've felt this kind of way, or it just will help you view yourself once again, or maintain the view of you being someone who's got it going on. You deserve that feeling, is what I'm hearing. We have the Princess of Cups, and this is all because you're beginning, going back to the overall message, a brand new chapter. I just heard as well, it's not meant to be intense, so trust that. And I feel like that'll be a beautiful update for you. Preparation begins, even if it's just, again, this week that is the beginning of this chapter for you, where you're pushed to take an emotional fresh start. You're pushed to understand that the emotions that took place in this previous chapter were a lot, but trust your intuition when it comes to what you're feeling, especially at the beginning of this week. Allow for yourself to accept that when things feel a little bit sort of zoned in on you, whether it's your spiritual connection, whether it's just other people, situations, just use your intuition and trust what you know within, what the downloads you're getting, to make the best out of what's at hand. And I feel like you will. It's just you'll need that reminder through this reading, or just to begin the week in one way, shape, or form. All right. If it's going to vary from case to case as to when throughout the week you're going to be pushed to put on your favorite clothes or just your favorite makeup, whatever the case may be, to do it up in that sense. But we have the Ace of Pentacles to move right along. Don't feel rushed, don't feel disturbed, don't feel the inclination to do things in a manner that doesn't feel comfortable to you. It's Virgo's time, it's the beginning of a new chapter, and we're leaving the old one and the old frustrations behind if we have any say in the matter. Okay. But with the Ace of Pentacles, it just feels like the sun is shining behind you, okay, in the eyes of others. People seeing you as somebody who's protected or just has a lot of glow coming from them, or even if it doesn't feel like it's coming from you per se, it just feels like people are seeing you with somebody who has that sort of sun behind them glowing. Very interesting how this is coming through, some of which need a halo on top of their head, okay? And I feel like some will chuckle when hearing that, but you're gifted in opportunity to invest in something this week. And it's up to you whether or not it's going to feel quite relevant to your future. You'll be drawn to the color purple a lot this week. Even if it's not your favorite, it's purposeful. It's a very royal color. It's a very spiritual color. This will be a very spiritual chapter for you, whether your previous life or lives were spiritually connected at all. Okay? And get ready. I'm hearing they were to an extent, even if you don't think so. We're all connected. With two aces right in a row, I mean, that makes sense given this is a week where you're embarking upon a new chapter. One that's, again, not meant to be super feisty, even if other people don't want to grasp that. It's like people just living in their own worlds, and it's like, okay, fair enough, because I do that too as a Virgo, but you just are pushed to put certain energy, situations, even your own habits from the previous chapter, to rest, to embark upon a sort of a feisty but passionate, grounded manner, reminding yourself you're an earth sign, to charge towards the new, the fresh, to not be afraid to begin anew, being side by side with the skull of flowers. You're creating through the ashes, through the difficulties, through the irritations from time to time throughout the week, the obstacles. Somebody who reaches out and tries to disturb your week, bring you down, or just bring the past back up. Not happening. Ignore that message or just put it down right away. But do so in a mature way if you decide to respond. It just feels like it will disturb your flowering, sort of blossoming way of being, your creations throughout this week. You need to allow yourself to remember that you're still blossoming, and this chapter, it has a lot to do with just that, okay? Even if at times, or from time to time, you feel a little bit dead within, all right? As I was drawn to the skull, you know what I mean, depleted, sort of lacking the resources to socialize or move forward. It's all about prioritizing, if you remember, just that. The High Priestess. I just got really confused and perplexed when I looked at this card, and that could have to do with your spirituality being increased throughout this week, beginning this chapter for you individually. Your third eye opening, if you look at her in this High Priestess, side by side with this scrying card all about intuition, with this this glass ball here, being pushed to sort of see the way for yourself by trusting when that third eye opens or expands if it's already been open, to balance things out for yourself and others around you, as it feels like you just get things more because of this connection to the spiritual realm or your intuition or both. It's like you get it more than they do, and it's like you almost want to like knock on their head and be like, is there anybody inside? Like, are you not utilizing your common sense? Or is like your noggin like this small, and you're not meaning to be rude at times, or maybe you are, but you're just like, let's please keep our eyes open and utilize our common sense. I just, as well sort of understand how things are meant to transpire moving forward. You'll get a bit of insight as well throughout the week on how this chapter is meant to unravel, and it may be a little bit shocking. It's like, it's going to go that well? Oh, okay. Wow, things have been a bit of a struggle recently, or just in my life in general up until this point. Okay, all right, let's roll with it, you know, and let me not question what's meant to transpire as I'm given quite a beautiful vision slash update from the universe and spirit. But it just feels like you're pushed to remember, yeah, you're balancing things out for yourself and other people, and you're being pushed to understand that your spirituality, your third eye is opening. Um, but all the meanwhile, again, take a very fresh perspective on all of which. Don't try to get ahead of yourself, even though you're given this insight on what lies ahead. Okay? Easier said than done, as we have the Princess of Swords. Did I not show this in the beginning? It's a week where, especially towards the end, you feel yourself glowing, or you feel your mind being very sort of vibrated, or just glowing in a lot of ways, shining for people to acknowledge. People seeing you as a very wise individual, as you're open to the downloads, you're open to researching this and that, wanting to, the desire to learn more by looking things up online, by experiencing new cultures, I want to say, or the desire to do so. Looking to expand your mind when it comes to what you're trying to create or develop at this time, or continue. Some of you definitely looking up, getting more input on a financial investment, okay? Looking to sort of know what you're talking about when moving towards it, or looking to sort of understand fully what you're about to get into before you weigh things out. You know, maybe for some of you, listing out pros and cons if you go that far. Definitely feeling very analytical towards the end of the week, and throughout the week in general for the most part. But the Ace of Swords, a push to put an end to one situation from this past chapter. It feels like it could be somebody or a job that you know no longer works for you, that limits your creativity and makes you feel dead within from time to time, or just in general. And you're learning more about why that no longer works for you, or you're being reminded of why. So put an end to it when the time is right for you. If it's a habit, absolutely, the time is now, okay? Let's not tarnish, is the way it's coming through, this beautiful chapter of simplicity and success that lies ahead for you, all right? Let's pull a message from the Moon Magic deck, or a couple, and think of your yes or no question if you haven't already. It's going to be a good chapter of your life. Bear with me. I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. Absolutely, as we keep talking about creating. I just heard things don't have to feel stagnant. I accept that here now is exactly where I am, and that is a place of profound learning. Absolutely relevant as well. And I teach people how to treat me. Damn right, as I was pushed to almost say damn straight. And then you're also magnetic to what you want and repel what you do not want. Don't forget it. So let's see here. For your question. For my lovely Virgos. As it picks up speed, you can see the answer for your question is no. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to book a personal reading with myself, the options lie in the description box below. Just reach on out via email. I'll get that started for you. I hope you have the most amazing week. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Virgo.